And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Down. 50, green, set.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be stepped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
Ready. 10 block strikers. 3-3. Red cycle.
Looking to throw. Young. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Panthers at 11-4 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Let's go. Blue, 32. Slice blue. Ready?
Out of the gun, it's Young. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jared Reed muscles his way in for the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
That's to Bond, Isaiah Bond. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. 3rd and 5.
Leads to 3rd down and 5.
Come on, set. Black, blue striker. Claws red. White, white. Set.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Touchdown, Panthers. And Xavier Legette with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Ryan Fitzgerald now to have the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Okay,
And they
ready?
need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Panther up, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 60, trap 60. Hurt. Ready?
Now back to throw. And ball caught by his rookie wideout. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
That's good.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
It's a gain of
Well, they
3.
obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
What I continue to hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And, boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch it and say, hey, we did everything. In trouble, and he's taken down. Derek Brown. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2nd down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Come on, cut 19. Cut. 70, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Rig alert. Mustang 19.
Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And Shaheed going to go in motion.
60 Bison. Go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Torrey Horton, 28 yards. And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
I should probably stop it here, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that drink you
The
got.
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Now Young. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Now here's Young. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
3rd and 3.
Ready. Blaster, 6. Ready.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
97, red,
It's
yellow.
4th down.
Smash, red. White, white. Ready, ready.
Now Young on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Hut.
Mixing up the middle. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Ready,
The
right.
fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Come on, set. Slice blue, black, 95-6, mega. Needle blue, red, cycle. Steel, black. Ready?
Here's Young from the shotgun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Ready, close, 10, yellow, 22. Set, go.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
An inside give to Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Okay, break.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Come on, come on. Hey. Help, 70.
Looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hot 7-17. Ready? Go.
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Pass the 6. Hurt.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
For a Seahawks. First down.
Ready?
4-yard pickup on the play.
They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Hot 70. Ready?
He'll look to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Let's go now.
To the left side, looked in by Horton. And he's got this down to the 35. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Go street. Seven Pirates. Ready?
They'll look to throw again. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there. No hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Here's a 2nd and 5.
70 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Go.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll set up a throw.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
60 red. 60 red. Set.
Young to throw it.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On the set.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Set, cut. Blue, black 40. Edo blue.
Young will set to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete.
Ready?
Young working out of the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ready, set.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Down.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and 10.
Drill green. Let's go. 46 black. 95. 52 blaster. Triple 38. Ready?
To the air once more, Young.
The man, that's Bond.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Yep, here we go. Here we go. 52 blue. Rail. Yellow. Ready.
To throw, Young.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now a 2nd and 10.
6. Mega. Ready, ready. 10 black. Set.
Looking to throw, Young. That one complete to the gap. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
And the Seahawks first down.
A give up the middle to Gibson. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Gibson. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 25-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Seattle.
79 Broncos. Here we go. Check. Warriors, 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 30.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Go!
And Shaheed going to go in motion. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Velus Jones, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now he's going to step up and run. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Come on, set.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
Ball
and
red.
1.
Young to throw it.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Here we go. 52 blue, black shot. Go pink. Ready? Go.
And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
1st and goal at the
On the
8-yard
double.
line.
Let's go, blaster. 6. 45. White. Ready?
Here's Young. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Inside handoff to Mixon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To the left side, he finds Bond. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Great job of tackling there to prevent the 1st down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
Yellow. Set.
Now here's Young. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a 1st down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. Up the middle, Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Dragon 60. Panther Street. Panther Street.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he's caught downfield. It's Waller. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Second and 10 now. Third quarter from Charlotte. In motion goes the tight end. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's 3rd and 9.
60, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Trap 60.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
18, Pioneer.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play.
On the set.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
That's complete. Right side, it's Bond. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Young. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready. 33, yellow. Edo blue. Claws red. Ready?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 50, green. Hut.
Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Now, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Seven Pirates, 7, Viking, 18. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
48 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Once more, Gibson.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
18, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Panther 11, Panther 11.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Panthers are right back in this football game.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Young. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Ready up.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
45. White.
Here's Young. Over the middle, he's got Bond. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Young. That's taken in by Bond. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Young to throw. He's got his man. That's Ertz downfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Trouble, 38. What's the key?
Now Young. Down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Young to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Here comes second down at 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Young, he's going to change it up.
13-yard line.
Slide, 97. Set.
Back to throw. This goes out wide from Nixon. And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Now first and goal.
Set, ready. 10 black, trail green. Black ultra. Hut.
Now Young.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
With a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. They picked it in the end zone. They're glad he brought it out all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
And don't think for a second that some teammates didn't tell him to stay in the end zone, right? What he did there, to me, was the equivalent of baseball running through the third base coach's signal to stop at third.
It's only good if you're safe.
And he ended up, to me, this counts as safe. That's a great return.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's second and 10.
Ready? And cooking 19. Go.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Bronco 80, Dragon 60. Street, hurt. Buffalo 18. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready,
Back to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
First and 10
Here we go.
at the 19-yard line.
60 by 6.
Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks,
they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year.
and for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't stay much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts. I used to keep. I don't stay much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination. I used to see. Wake up and I find out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? Is it light up? Yeah, did it find out? Better walk around the edge of the room in the bed with my arm on my face. Face around, better try to breathe. Face around, face around. I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blind. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't say much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts. I used to keep. I don't say much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination. I used to see. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't stay much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I'll keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts. I used to keep. I don't stay much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. trucked.